So first of all, here's a piece of lettuce that I photo scanned. So I have this as a 3D model right now. What I'm gonna do is try and make a full, nice looking render out of this. I have no plan. I don't really know how I'm gonna make this work, but it'll be a good challenge. So now what the hell do I do with this? Let's see, I think the first thing I wanna do is take out the sky texture. So it's gonna be easier to make this work if I have a dark render, I think, because it means there's gonna be less stuff visible, which means I have to make less stuff look good. And let me just throw in a plane and a light really quick. Maybe we'll start with a spotlight. There we go. Now, how do I make this look good? Yeah. You know what, let's try a particle system first. Maybe that'll be a good idea. So let's just pull this thing up here, new emitter, let's do hair, render as object, and object will be our lettuce. So that is not good, but let's just maybe do 100 instead of 1,000. That's not good. Maybe it could be cool if it was like rotated sideways and we had like a bunch of them in a hallway. Let's try that. Oh, maybe I could do like a flowering kind of formation or something. Oh, let's try something else. Here, let's take this. Let's just kind of do a circular pattern, like a kind of a flower. This might be cool, actually. This might just work. And maybe let's just join these together. And let's see, this might actually look kind of cool. Like a lettuce flower thing. That is very weird, but kind of cool. There's some other things I might want to try here. This here is I just added a cube and scaled it to the height of what a person would be roughly. So just so I know how big this is. I might want to try something like this. Oh, you know what might be cool is having like this facing this way and then we put something emissive in here. So let's just take like a plane and just put that in here and then just put a texture on that. Or actually, let's do a circle. And then let's take one of these photos. So like maybe like just a picture of a leaf or something. Or this or something, doesn't really matter. Emission, alpha, this up, and we'll just kind of have it like sitting right there. Cool, and that's more interesting. That's something. That's somewhat cool, but also somewhat terrible. Maybe I can just scale this around and like have another one. Have like a lettuce fractal pattern. I actually don't mind this kind of thing right here where it's like this big flower thing. I don't know if you can really call this a flower, but like a flowering type shape. But that is what I wanted. There we go. So just kind of pulling that a bit more that way just to get a bit of a more exaggerated shape. So I'm going through a lot of different ideas here, trying to find some way to capture this in a cool way. Yeah, so that didn't work, so we'll try something else. I'm very determined to make this work though. I know for sure that I can make something that is cool. We just have to figure out what that actually is. I wonder if this was metallic, what would that look like? Oh, maybe we're onto something. Okay, here we go. So maybe it doesn't even need to be lettuce at all. It could just be a metallic surface. So this is ooh, yikes. Ooh. And let's just see what we can do with this. That's pretty cool, actually. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if we could like mix in some emissive version of that, or I wish I had more to work with. Like it's very frustrating not just pulling in a bunch of models, which I guess I could do, but like, you know, that's kind of breaking the rules of the challenge. So I'm not really gonna do that. But yeah, very good challenge, that's for sure. Ooh, maybe this would be cool. Like if I was standing upright and then we had like somebody here looking up at this thing. That's kind of sick, actually. I do kind of like that, weirdly. Maybe let's make it gold. So like turn this up, make it like this. Like, let's try duplicating this. Go to edit mode, select all the front faces only. And let's just Shift D that, separate by selection, just P, separate. And then just delete this backside. Now we got this thing. It's not quite as much as I wanted, but it might look cool. So we're just gonna run with it. Copy location here, and let's just scale that up, and then take this texture off, make a new one, and we can make this whatever color we want, like red or orange or something. Ooh, maybe this could be like some techie, weird, futuristic thing. And I don't know about this light anymore. Let's just see. Like that is cooler without it, actually. Maybe I could just have this like above like this. That's kind of nice. So it's not even lettuce at all at this point. It's just like this weird abstract thing. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, so I'm just kind of messing around with different positions I could put this thing in, and like, I really don't know exactly what I should be doing with this, but you know, I think like just trying as many different possible locations and rotations and scales and ways of like having this in the frame, that's gonna give me like as many options as possible and like different ideas of directions I could go. So like this is kind of cool. I kind of like this now, having like a big like fractal looking thing in like directly in front of the camera. I think that's kind of cool. So maybe this would work. And then maybe I can like supplement this with some other ones like on the side. We'll see about that, but I kind of want all the light like originating from one point, and this is not really helping with that, but maybe I could just delete these emissive parts and then like use this as kind of just a background like side thing, like there or something. Okay, let's throw in let's throw in this robe guy here. So what this is so this is just, I took a model of like just some random character I probably got from like CG Trader or something, and then I just like I did a cloth sim over that character, and then that's how I got this outline. So it's literally just like like this thing draped over a dude, and then I deleted the dude and just kept the cloth. But from the back, it looks like this robe figure, which is pretty cool. So we're just gonna throw that in there. What else can I add to this to make it better and cooler? Maybe zoom it out to like, oops, not 16 millimeters maybe. Should I just make some pots? You know what, really quick, we're just gonna model some pots. So let's just do that. Cylinder, here's how we're gonna do this. This is a good chart of like different types. So this one here, so it's like thin, thick, down, and then round at the bottom. So this, down, extrude, and let's just do a loop right here. Pull this in and up, and there we go. Good. Doesn't need to be perfect, but the rough shape of that thing that I was looking at is gonna be good. Pull that down like this. Scale this out, maybe pull this down. Extrude, pull it in. Extrude that in like this, and that'll be fine for our thing here. And then I want some like things on the side. Quickest way is just quick Bezier curve, rotate 90, bevel this. Could just scale it up on the Y by 2, and then like Alt S, convert to mesh, join, and we've got a pot. And let's take this now. That's ginormous. Scale it to a more reasonable size. Just kind of slap it on the ground right here. Take a big chunk of these, rotate around, scale it down like this. Boom, another one over here. Okay, textures.com, we can just take any grungy thing. This works fine. Drop it in, run it into the base color, roughness all the way up, and let's just cube project that entire thing. Wonderful. And we've got some ancient pots, and I might just take the specular down, take a hue saturation, drop that in, and just turn that down to like 0.5, something around there. Maybe more lettuce around here. Ooh, that's kind of cool, having this like sticking out sideways like this. Looks kind of like a rock cliff or something. Maybe I'll have that in there. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Ooh, I actually really kind of like that. Let's do more of that, because that's just making it look cool. So, boom. Yeah, that's cool actually. Let's do that instead. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, I kind of like this, how it's like we're getting kind of a frame out of this. That's kind of cool. So maybe let's just literally keep duplicating this thing until we get like a cave type situation that we're looking out of. And I think we're good. I think I'm just gonna render this. So let's go solid view. 256 samples. Yeah, we're all good. So let's just hit render and just wait for this to finish. I'll come back when this is done. Okay, so I'm just bringing this through Photoshop now, and I'll show you what I've done, just some basic edits so far. Here's the original straight out of Blender, and then I've just used the mist pass to add in a bit more smokiness, bit of dodging and burning, so just making some areas a bit darker, making the middle area a bit brighter because it was just kind of a bit messy, and like I wanted your attention to drift a bit more towards the middle of this thing. So that's what this is doing. And then we've just got some dust particles like floating around here. Just that, not a huge difference. Got a bit of lens dirt over top of that, and then I'm just making that a bit more red. Just every little trick I can do to make this not look so terrible. And I might just turn this down a little bit, that's a bit much. And then let's just let's run this through the camera raw filter now. So duplicate and merge all layers, filter, convert for smart filters, and then camera raw filter. And let's see what we can do in here. Okay, so let's do exposure, maybe a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of contrast. Whites, we can bring that up a bit, but maybe not. Highlights, don't want to touch that. Blacks down a little. Shadows, don't need to touch it. Clarity up, but maybe not that much. Maybe just around I can brush in some clarity later and just turn the areas I want. Saturation up a little, but not too much. Sharpening up. Maybe a bit of texture. Not too much though, a little bit, +5. Yeah, I might just saturate the reds a little bit more. And then let's go to the color grading, and I want to throw a little bit of blue in the shadows maybe. Something like that, not too much, just a little bit, 10 saturation maybe. And let's hit okay, I think we're good there. So we got this, and let's just do, let's see, maybe color lookup table. Let's just throw on any one of these. That looks bad. Let's just find one that isn't terrible. That one's kind of cool. Ooh, I like the blue actually. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one. Let's do one final curves layer and just really try and get this to not look so bad. Fade this bottom end of it a little bit. Cool. And then let's throw on some like dust and scratches. Just like every trick in the book that I can use to make it just not that terrible. Throw like one of these on, boom. And this just helps like hide some more imperfections and fake having more detail kind of. I think we're done. This is like, yeah, there's not much more I can do to this to make it look good at this point. There we go, let's see. Let's just kind of do this. I might have to crop this because it's a little bit off balance. Pull that in there, and I think we are good. And yeah, is this the greatest render ever? Now, am I gonna post this? Probably not, but there you go. We got something from the lettuce. You know, for what I had going into it, it's not that bad, but yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed that. There's making a render out of a piece of lettuce. I don't know why I did that, but I thought it was fun. If you want me to do more of this kind of video, like, I don't know, let me know what objects or things I should make a render out of next. And yeah, subscribe for the pain I went through to get this. So yeah, that's it. Anyways, see ya.